Court's back in session. Be seated, please, Coach.
I did a note from the jury. I assume everybody has a copy of the note.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, Your Honor.
For the record, it says the jury has reached a verdict on one defendant, all counts, and is hung on the second defendant on all counts. I'll hear from y'all how you wish to proceed. What's the state's position?
We'd be requesting an Allen charge on the second count. I guess there's some question as to whether or not we take the verdict on the first defendant and then give an Allen charge and send it back on the second defendant.
Well, what do you suggest?
We take the verdict on the first defendant and give them the Allen charge and send it back, consider on the second defendant.
Garcia?
I agree.
McBandler?
Yes, Your Honor, I agree too, because we would be requesting the Allen charge if they're hung on the background.
Well, we'll find out, I guess. Anyway, so everybody's in agreement. I will take the verdict on whichever defendant it is that they have decided. I will excuse that defendant and the attorneys. And stay if you want, but there's no reason. And then I will give them Allen charge as to the second defendant.
Your Honor, just for the record, with regards to it being the defendant that's hung is Mr. Garcia, we would not be requesting Allen charge, just for the record.
I tell you what, I'm gonna change my mind about the one leaving, because depends, if it's Mr. Garcia that's been convicted, we still need to talk about, how we're gonna proceed next. So anyway, I think they are shackled at this point in time. They'll just, there is a skirt there, they'll just remain seated when the jury comes in. I'm sorry, let me respond to that. I'm going to decide not now. I'm not going to wait and see who's who as to what I'm going to do, Mr. Singh. So I think you can have it both ways. I'm on. If they're at this point hung on one, whichever one it is, I'm going to give an Allen charge. I'm going to accept the verdict on the other one. All right. All right. Let's have a jury in, please.
Jury's in the courtroom.
Everybody be seated, please. And Mr. Russweiss, the notes have been from you, and I see you with the verdict form in your hand. Are you our foreperson?
Yes, sir.
It's my understanding that you have reached a verdict as to one of the defendants. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Would you hand that verdict to the bailiff, please, sir? There should be no reaction to the verdict from anyone in the audience. If you can't abide by that, please step out. State of Florida versus Sigfredo Garcia. We, the jury, find as follows: as to count one, the defendant is guilty of first-degree murder. We, the jury, find as follows: as to count two, the defendant is guilty of conspiracy to commit first-degree murder. We, the jury, find as follows: as to count three, the defendant is not guilty. So say we all, this 11th day of October 2019. Mr. Russweiss, did I accurately reflect the verdict of the jury?
Yes, you did, Your Honor.
All right. Do you wish to have the jury polled? All right. This is a standard procedure. I just need to confirm with each of you that what I've just announced is your individual verdict as well as the verdict of the jury as a whole. We'll do it by number. I'm going to start with number one. Is this your verdict as well as the verdict of the jury as a whole as to Mr. Garcia?
Yes, sir.
Number 2 juror?
Yes.
Number 3 juror?
Yes, sir.
Number 4 juror?
Yes.
Number 5 juror?
Yes.
Number 6 juror? Number 7 juror?
Yes, sir.
Number 8 juror? Number 9 juror?
Yes.
Number 10?
Yes.
Number 11 juror?
Yes.
Number 12 juror?
Yes.
All right, the jury has unanimously confirmed the verdict. It will be filed. As to Miss McManaway that's left, I'm going to give you an instruction on law. I would ask that you listen to my instruction as to that. I know that all of you have worked hard to try to find a verdict in this case. It apparently has been impossible for you so far as to Miss McManaway. Sometimes an early vote before discussion can make it hard to reach an agreement about the case later. The vote, not the discussion, might make it hard to see all sides of the case. We are all aware that it is legally permissible for a jury to disagree. There are 2 things a jury can lawfully do: agree on a verdict or disagree on what the facts of the case may truly be. There is nothing to disagree about on the law. The law is as I told you. If you have any disagreements about the law, I should clear them up for you now. That should be my problem, not yours. If you disagree over what you believe the evidence showed, then only you can resolve that conflict if it is to be resolved. I only have one request of you. By law, I cannot demand this of you, but I want you to go back into the jury room, then taking turns, tell each of the other jurors about any weakness in your position. You should not interrupt each other or comment on each other's views until each of you has had a chance to talk. After you have done that, if you simply cannot reach a verdict, then return to the courtroom and I will declare this case mistried and will discharge you with my sincere appreciation for your services. You may now retire to continue with your deliberation. Everybody be seated, please. From McManaway, any objection to instruction given?
No, Your Honor.
And from the state?
No, sir.
All right. Sigfredo Garcia, you were going to get me some information on mitigating circumstances.
I emailed it to Ms. Bissinger at
Okay. All
like
right.
11 o'clock this
So
morning.
she just hadn't let me know that. We'll double check on that.
I can show it.
I mean, I don't need to see. I need the emails. But anyway, if we don't have it, we'll let you know and work that out. There are probably some legal issues that we need to discuss before we start. So maybe what I'm thinking is we maybe start 10 o'clock on Monday with resolve some legal issues with the understanding we'll start with the jury at 1 o'clock. That work for y'all?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Greb?
Yes, Your Honor. I will let the court know, and I haven't had time to confirm the times. I gave you some idea. Dr. Pritchard, the state's mental health expert, will do the interview of an evaluation of Mr. Garcia around 1 o'clock at the jail. I know defense counsel has the right to be present.
1 o'clock when?
Sunday.
Okay. All right. Okay. I guess y'all are here for the duration anyway. So anyway, any issues on any of that? All right. So that's how we'll proceed unless the juror tells us that 1 o'clock isn't going to work. But it seemed to me, we had asked how long it would take. She said about half an hour. I think her appointment is at 11. So anyway, that should work. All right. Mr. Garcia is remanded to custody pending sentencing in this matter. We'll start sentencing Monday morning at 10 o'clock. As to McManaway, we'll wait to hear further from the jury. All right, so Mr. Garcia can be excused. There's no reason to have him.